Hey, loves, I'm a 20-year lawyer and we need to talk about our First Amendment rights, particularly our right to free speech. Now, people get this wrong a lot and they'll be like, oh, we can say anything we want about anyone, anywhere, anytime. And then they're surprised that they get defamation and slander lawsuits. No. What the First Amendment does is it guarantees us the right of free speech when it concerns our government. So, we can ask any question we want. We can say anything we want. For example, this is one of my very favorite insults of our current president. And there's nothing they can do if you or I memorize this and recite it ad nauseum, because we're allowed to say anything to or about our government that we want. We're allowed to question them. That brings us to Idaho right now. And if you haven't watched the video of this medical doctor being assaulted by non-law enforcement goons at the behest of her elected representatives and the sheriff, you need to go watch it. It's all over the internet right now, okay? So let's talk about this. This was a town hall, and what the Republicans were doing, because this is a maggot stronghold, were lecturing about reproductive rights and things like this. This medical doctor said, hey, is this a town hall or is this a lecture? And the sheriff came over and told her to leave. The representatives, the elected representatives on the stage, started mocking her and saying, this little girl doesn't want to face the consequences of speaking. And then the sheriff had two goons who were unidentified, non-law enforcement, come and physically grope and remove her. They threw her on the ground and dragged her out. A man tried to intervene. He was also zip-tied and arrested. She says, they are assaulting me. She keeps asking, who are these people? Who are these people? And then says, they're assaulting me. No one does anything. Some women start screaming in her defense, but no one does anything. But she does get a ticket for biting one of them, and that would be an assault. I would claim it was self-defense, actually, in any case. This is extremely disturbing, and if you don't think this can happen anywhere, it can, especially if you're in a red state like me. I could totally see this happening in Texas. She exercised her First Amendment rights, and the government removed her for asking a question. The First Amendment also provides freedom of the press. Well, we're seeing a kibosh on that as well. For example, we know Jim Acosta on CNN, very vocal, outspoken against President Trump. And CNN said, you know what, you're not going to be prime time anymore. You can be midnight. And he said, fuck you, I quit. Now we're seeing the same thing with Joy Reid at MSNBC. These people aren't just complaining as part of the free press. They're bringing receipts and facts. There's no reason that should put their jobs in danger. But for some reason now, MSNBC is getting rid of Joy Reid because Joy Reid is anti-Trump. That should scare the fuck out of all of us, okay? All three of these incidents need to scare the fuck out of all of us. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're coming for women, for people of color, and for migrants. And while I applaud the women who screamed out in support of this